After a break of 7 long months, the Endurance World Championship resumed action at the 24 Hours de Moto. The first round, the Bol d'Or, organised at the Paul Ricard circuit in September, kept all its promises. It was a mighty showdown with battles and surprises, and at the end of an incredible race, the #1 Honda, the defending world champions, were crowned victors ahead of the 7-yacht Yamaha and the independent team, the Weepole Racing Yamaha. With 4 more races in 3.5 months, the championship enters its busiest part. Round 2, the Bugatti circuit in Le Mans. The weekend started in downtown Le Mans with the official EWC family photo and a chance for the fans to meet the riders. There are a few last-minute changes. The biggest of those was Randy de Punier changing from Kawasaki SRC team to the Honda Endurance Racing team, besides Sebastian Gimbert and Yoni Hernandez, who was also making a return to the EWC. The SRC Kawasaki now ridden by David Checker, Jeremy Guarnoni and Erwin Nijon. Greg LeBlanc becoming the 4th rider at CERT.
Allez, go. Allez-y, allez-y.
A lot of emotions on the starting grid, especially for Dominique Meillon, who will leave as head of Suzuki at the end of the season. Right now, I'm not thinking about the after, I'm thinking about the race. We have to do well here after the flag. There'll be many emotions, but right now,
but for sure, it's a big emotion for him and for all the team, because it's going to be his last race in the 24 hours. So it's a big race for him. It's important for us to try and get the best results to bring back a last trophy for him.
Well, looking back at qualifying, points were handed out this year in the championship for the fastest teams and riders, so every 10th of a second counted. The BMW bikes were the pace setters. They set the best times in both SST and the EWC classes. Julien Pouf especially fast.
I never expect a lap time like this with a stock bike. We were 2nd overall and 1 second faster than the 2nd stock bike in our group. It was one of the best laps I ever did.
We have 3 good riders, we have a good bike, we have a good team, so we can make something really good for this race. Now this is endurance, and endurance we never know can happen all the time. So.
Xavier, on se retrouve tous les deux ici.
Xavier, we meet here together. Our fathers were racing in the 1990s. What are your memories?
Moi, j'ai le souvenir de mon père déjà.
Well, I'll speak with my heart. I remember him on the podium at the Spa Francorchamps 24 hours. I know that he has scored quite a few podiums here at Le Mans, and that he was a world champion in 1995 with the Ginevolet team. My goal is clear. I want to try and at least do as well as he did.
Et moi, je vais essayer de faire mieux parce que mon père
well, I'm going to try and do better than him because he never won a 24-hour race, my father. He's only got podiums. I'd like to take the trophy home.
La première fois que mon père m'a emmené
the first time I saw my father racing, it was a French Superbike Championship race at the circuit Carroll. I was 7 or 8 years old. I've never seen him racing in endurance, said Randy. And then Xavier Simon said, if I remember well, my father was competing in the Belgian Road Racing Championship. I first saw him in Chimay, and that's when I got my first bike. I was 4.5 years old. When he took me to endurance, I annoyed everyone in the paddock with my little bike. So for me, endurance is a new career. I'm only 29 years old. Well, for me, it's different. I started by chance at the bowl in 2016, and I liked it. Writing at the front, it's always funny. It's a motivation. I'm 38 years old. I'm not going to race 10 more seasons. It's going well. I don't have to worry about it right now. I'm just enjoying it. I hope to perform well and win as many races as possible. OG Motorsport, run by the Sarrazin team, ready for its home race. For Dennis Sarrazin, manager, the pressure is on. Oh, Julien, you're staying in the suit, and you, Mathieu, get dressed, okay? Yeah, you hold it like that, and you push him. By the time you push the starter, there's a timeout. He's going to come along like this, grab the clutch lever, and he's going to come up. Well, we did good qualifying sessions. We're 6th on the grid, but it's not really a problem. We'll have a good race pace. We'll do the maths, and at the end, hope to be top. Well, it's a really good feeling, says Michel Simeon. I'm happy he's coming to endurance. Most of my career was based in endurance. I hope he'll do even better than me. Well, at 3 o'clock Central European time, the tricolor waved, and the 42nd running of the 24 Hours de Moto was underway. Perfect conditions. The race started with a fast pace. It was the Honda and the Kawasaki that duked it out front. The first to hit problems was the #1 Honda, the FCC TSR. Mike D'Amelio dropping that at the Dunlop chicane. Then it was the turn of Vincent Philippe to crash the Sert Suzuki. Problems also for the 333 Yamaha. 2 crashes early on and 2 trips to the garage. The 24-hour race is, of course, a long fight on the track. Plenty of preparation in the pits and meticulous organisation behind to keep it all running. Not everyone gets these same benefits. The bus is driven, organised and managed by my wife, Sandrine. We brought a school bus and dismantled the seats. We've made a lounge for the debriefings and also a private space. Well, here is the kitchen. We are 23 in the team. Sandrine makes 360 meals during the week.
Et Sandrine fait à peu près, je crois, pour pas mentir, ça doit faire 360 repas dans la semaine.
Je suis pas cuisinière du tout.
Well, I'm not a cook at all. It's the same menu for everyone.
Il y a 5 chambres ici, plus une salle de bain.
5 beds and a bathroom.
Ça permet de pouvoir partir avec les gens sur la route.
Take the
on a
road
5
with
places,
5
5
people.
couchages.
Well, ex-125 GP World Champion in 2011 was Nico Tirol, taking part this year.
It's very beautiful, very different. At the beginning, all corners I go very inside, but after some laps, my feeling was good. I like in the night, it's very beautiful to see all things in the night, and difficult to see the refinements. And the more difficult is the traffic. The traffic because it's have too much traffic. But anyway, I enjoy a lot when I ride with this bike in this track.
For beginning, with my helmet is especially the visor. This is a black visor for all the day when there is a lot of sun. And after we have this one for the beginning of the night. But often we use directly the white visor because it's better for see all the night. And after we use a normal undersuit. For the night I use this one because it's not hot, but it's perfect around 10 degrees. And after, if never the temperature is so cold, I use this one.
The Ducati track there, of course, we have a lot of lights to ensure the safety of the track. For instance, we have 13 lights, LED lights for the pit lane area to ensure the safety of the wall procedure when the riders goes in the pit lane. And we have also 80 lights, iodide lights around the whole track, the Bugatti track, to ensure the safety and to maximize, in fact, optimize the sight, the vision of the riders before the turns.
The big fight was planned. It's going to be a big night. The 111 Honda is going very quickly with Randy de Punier. Endurance, he rides with 59 other bikes as well. And, I really paid for it during my first stint. It's hard to avoid crashing. That's not going too bad, says team boss Dominic Mail. We started wisely. If it's possible to start wisely in racing, let's say carefully. It was hot and we didn't want to get into trouble with the tyres in these conditions. And a lot of things can still happen. We want to make it all the way through the night and arrive at the front tomorrow morning. Our pace is not too bad, except Jeremy on the Kawasaki and Randy on the Honda, who are very fast. We're pretty much in a good position. That's the most important thing. The conditions are super good. It's a bit tiring because it's physical around here, especially in the heat. Every year the level of endurance is higher. The physical condition must be raised. We've been preparing all winter. Now it's up to us. Blisteringly quick, but making a mistake. Randy de Punier was the first of the front runners to drop his bike in the night. The 111 Honda recovering, only losing about 20 seconds. In fact, the French rider didn't even pit to repair his bike. Less fortunate was the 7-yacht Yamaha. A blown engine, blowing away all hopes of Mandy Kites' team taking victory. The yacht having to withdraw from the race. Meanwhile, with Honda in trouble, it was Kawasaki leading the way. Oh, good, it's tough. I can no longer feel my fingertips. Sarrazin says, are you cold? You did a good job. What are we doing here? The riders getting tired with the sunrise. They will regain their energy. They'll go all the way to the end. After 15 hours of tough racing, the sun rose on the Bugatti circuit. At the front, 111 Honda was fighting to catch the Kawasaki, the SRC bike, the number 11 machine out front. Not far behind, in third place, was the Cert Suzuki. Further down, the 333 Yamaha trying to catch up. They've lost time at the beginning of the race.
We were very far. I think we had like 28 laps from the first and maybe 10 from the others. So we are trying to come back, and I hope we will keep that rhythm to the end. It was a big surprise for me to crash, and well, I'm sorry for the team because the bike couldn't start anymore, so I had to push, and we lost a lot of time. We will try to take all that experience for this first race and come back stronger for the next one.
Pour moi, il a super bien roulé. Bon, il a fait une petite erreur en début de course, mais sinon,
for me, he rode very well. He made a little mistake at the beginning of the race. His pace was good though. He was fast and very consistent in the night. He learnt a lot. He'll be back next time.
Celui-là, il m'a fait mal. Là, j'ai enchaîné
this one hurt me. I had to do some double stints, some rest to my teammates, and to come back stronger because I was fast. We'll try and get the second place. Why not the first one? Many things can still happen. Time to look at the tyres. What is the link between product development and the EWC for the tyre manufacturer?
Dunlop Sportsmax MK3. The idea was to, as we say, tear up the rule book, so really reinvent a page on the hypersport segment, really forget about the compromise, wet, mileage and dry, and trying to stretch the envelope of performance on those three criteria. Endurance racing in terms of importance and how it links with such a road product in the hypersport segment is perfect, because in the same weekend on many different bikes you can have the dry weather, the wet weather, and also you need mileage because at the end of the day a lot of the endurance races now are down to the longevity of the tire. So there is a direct link between endurance racing technology and also Sportsmart MK3 hypersport segment. Sportsmart MK3 is really designed for any kind of rider, going from the small naked bike to the fully faired 1000cc hypersport bike, very broad spectrum, going through roadsters as well as I said, the hypersport rider, and people who really want to enjoy and get the most out of their bike. Obviously, within the speed limitation on the road, but no kidding, it's really fast warm-up, get out in any kind of conditions, very good in the wet, and if you're a sort of a young rider or you want to have fun on the track day, you don't want to change tires, you don't want to have several sets of rims and tire warmers, you can also take it to the track and have fun during a track day session. Those road products are developed by our own test riders, and once we have, let's say, 90% done spec and we're happy with it, we will ask some of the endurance riders, for instance, to give it a go and really try to push it. So that's where also we link, I would say almost the other way around this time, developed by normal riders, our day-to-day motorcycle road test riders, but also we try to push the limit with an endurance rider and a fast rider.
As the race reached its critical points, a few laps from the checker flag, Jeremy Guarnoni had overtaken Yoni Hernandez to grab first place. Tension was understandably high in the Honda Endurance Racing Team's garage, just like in the Kawasaki SRC's pit. Randy de Pugnet understood that victory would not be for him once again, as Erwin Nijon felt that the first step of the podium is going to be lined up for the green team. Well, that's it. It's done. The SRC Kawasaki winning the 24 Hours de Motos for the 6th time in its history by winning ahead of Honda and Suzuki.
Ah bah non, deuxième, troisième, ça veut pas jouer.
Well, no, second, third.
On a rien
It's
à
not
se
great
reprocher.
when you do
Cette
a
fois, j'ai
race
pas
like
fait mieux que
that.
mon
You
père,
have
mais,
nothing
c'est
to
que partie
blame
remise.
yourself for. This time I didn't do any better than my father.
J'ai une petite famille, vois-tu,
Well, I have a
avec des
small
petits
family
pions,
and I want to
et
spend
j'ai
a little
envie de
more
passer un
time
peu
with
plus
them
de temps avec
than
eux,
I do with the
plutôt
bikes.
qu'avec les motos.
Galéré pendant 2 ans à pas finir.
Well, we struggled for 2 years to finish, and then we finish. We've made so much effort to get here. It's a reward, and we're super happy.